Hey everybody, this is Gina from Gina She's Crafty, and I just wanted to go over some pencils I had a viewer ask me about. My Staedtler Ergo Soft, and it's a set of 24. As far as I know, there are no other pencils in this set. I think there's a set of 12 that's available, but the 24 is the largest set. And so I just wanted to talk about these pencils a little bit. I mentioned them before on another video. They are triangular shaped, and so like if you lay them on your desk or whatever, they won't roll off easily. If you take a, let's see, these are my polychromas. So if you take those and you set them down, obviously they will sometimes roll. So that is kind of handy, when you're maybe for an older person who also has gripping problems. This has a coating on it, excuse me, that is kind of a, it feels very matte, and and it has a softness to it. So it might be something that an older person might like, or somebody that has issues with gripping. If you have carpal tunnel or arthritis, perhaps this might be a better pencil for you, because it is very comfortable to color with. And as you can see, the colors are nice and bright, and I really like their sap green, and the colors that are listed here, they are not what Staedtler calls their colors. Their colors are numbered, and they don't really have an actual color, as you can see. So I guess you could write either your name or the color you're calling this pencil, but they just have a little number. So what I did was I wrote the number down and did a swatching for each pencil, and I did from light to darkest, as I always do. And this is a mixed media journal. So this has quite a bit of tooth to it. So that's why you're not going to get really super smooth saturation here, because you really have to burnish it to get down into that tooth. But you can do pretty good. But I wanted to try it out on this particular journal because it does have quite a bit of tooth. When I've used it on coloring books, it has been quite smooth. The other thing I want to point out is the pencils come in this really nice tray. So as you can see, and kind of snap it down. So this is what the pencils come in, and this is really super secure, as you can see. In fact, it's sometimes kind of difficult to open. But then you just kind of flap this back, and then you have, and it sits up just like that. So that's really handy. And I like traveling with this particular pencil set just because of this case. It really does come in handy, and you can set it. I will say this, if it's a super slick surface, this will slide all around, so it's kind of annoying. So it needs to have something that has a little bit of texture to it. But the colors are really pretty, and they're pretty accurate to the swatching. So the color on the pencil is pretty close to the color that you do receive. The gray is really nice. It's a nice kind of medium gray. But you could get that with the black too, just going super light. But I don't think the tonality of it is as nice as this gray. I'm not as crazy about the browns because they just seem kind of red to me. which is fine, but I sometimes like a cooler brown. So if you need a cooler brown, you're probably going to have to do some layering to get that effect. And they do layer okay. They don't layer fantastically, but they're not horrible either. I really enjoy coloring with these. I think I've shown this picture before, and this is just a super cheap coloring book. There is no tooth to this paper whatsoever, and you can see that you can get some really, some really bright saturation, and you get it's really pretty colors. And I really enjoy coloring with these. I don't use these for fine art because they are not light fast. I have been unable to find any kind of light fast rating on them whatsoever. They are also not open stock that I can find. So, but if you're looking for a relatively cheap set of pencils that give you some really good, nice saturation and color, very vibrant, pretty, and have, the benefit of being kind of ergonomically a little bit easier maybe to hold or to use, this might be the pencil for you. Like I said, one of the things that I really enjoy about this particular set is the fact that, when I take this pencil out and I lay it on my desk, it doesn't roll anywhere. Whereas, my polychromos, if I lay it down just the right way, if I'm not paying attention, they will fall right off the table. And that's kind of annoying. I'll be really honest. I do wish that that's probably the only change I would ever make with the polychromos is to not make the barrel perfectly round. But I will tell you this, it makes it harder to sharpen this pencil. And so when I really have to work at it to get it to sharpen. But the points stay nice and sharp. They don't break very easily. So, I mean, yeah, they're kind of a pain to sharpen just because of the triangular shape. You have to really kind of work it to get it. And there's no way I can do it this way. That's not going to happen. Because technically you're supposed to sharpen with your opposite dominant hand so that it's a little bit more even, I think, is supposedly the theory on that. I don't know if I really believe that or not, but I have found that I can't sharpen them that way. I have to sharpen them with with my dominant hand because it's kind of difficult to do. So that's probably the only downside, in my opinion, is that, sharpening them can be a little bit of a pain. But other than that, they really are great pencils. I don't really use the white that much. As you can see, you can't see it at all, really. If I do use it, I use it for blending a little bit. But that's pretty much it. I just wanted to do a quick review of my Staedtlers. I had mentioned them before, and I believe the lady's name was Sarah that was interested in seeing us watching, so I wanted to do that for her. And again, it lays down some really beautiful bright colors. And if that's something that interests you and you just want a cheap set that's not going to cost you an arm and a leg, but that has really nice colors and happens to come in a really easy to use case, I think this is a great start right here. I hope that this video helps somebody. If you have any comments or want to see something in particular, feel free to say something down below, and please subscribe. All right, everybody, have a great evening or great afternoon or great morning. Bye.